this autumn. Katja, what's your sense of what the most likely kind of governing combination is in Germany after those elections?
Well, there's been an interesting short period, really, where the Greens briefly looked as if they were going to clinch it and become the largest political party. But I think that was very much due to the excitement that people felt, at the time. People wanted change. There was some disappointment that Markus Söder, the Bavarian minister president, wasn't going to be the chancellor candidate for the Christian Conservatives. And I think all of these things compounded together to create the sort of brief moment of popularity, of extreme popularity for the Greens. That seems to be wearing off a little bit. So as they're now polling around about the 20%, that's still a lot better than in the last election, but nonetheless a lot less than they'd need to become the leading party or the most popular party in the election. So my feeling is that Laschet is slowly winning back the Conservative voters, not necessarily because they're entirely pro Laschet, but I think there seems to be a sense of, people are kind of almost resigned to the fact that he's now leading the Conservatives, and they're not necessarily warming to him, but warming to the idea of perhaps less exciting Conservative politics than they would have had under Markus Söder. So it's my sense that he is going to lead the most popular party, and therefore gets the first crack at forming the new coalition. It's actually a more perhaps interesting question what he's going to do with that, given that all the current combinations that are available don't seem to be the ones that he wants. So there doesn't seem to be a majority for Conservative and the Liberals to work together, as has been sort of the traditional combination in Germany. And equally, there does just about seem to be a majority for the Greens to work with the Liberals and the Social Democrats, which would exclude basically the largest political party if the Conservatives get it. So there's going to be an interesting question afterwards what happens, given that in 2017 that was the longest period afterwards of a German government that the German government took to form itself after an election. You can sort of sense just how complicated and how much acrimony there is between the political parties. Trying to form a coalition afterwards will be the interesting bit of that, I think.
Jonathan, we know that Emmanuel Macron wants